Let's talk about something nobody teaches us, but everyone has to figure out the difference between flirting and being creepy. Because if you're a guy in your 20s, dating often feels like walking a tightrope blindfolded. You want to show interest, but you also don't want to make someone uncomfortable. So you overthink, second guess yourself, then end up saying nothing and going home to play Call of Duty alone again. I get it. I used to have no clue how to show interest in someone without sounding like I was either interviewing them or about to confess my undying love in the DMs. It was either, what do you do for work? Or like on a random Instagram photo from 2017. Neither worked. So today, we're figuring this out together. What's the line between flirting and creepy? Why does it feel so hard? And how do you flirt in a way that actually feels natural? Let's go. Tip 1. Understand why it's so confusing. Let's be real. No one gave us a guide. We either learned from rom-coms, Reddit threads, or watching that one overly confident friend who somehow flirts by just existing. One of my friends, let's call him Josh, once flirted with a barista by saying, "This latte is the second best thing that happened to me today." She asked what the first was. He said, "Meeting you." She laughed. I tried it later. The barista asked if I was okay. Flirting isn't copy-paste, it's vibe. And when we don't have that internal compass yet, it's easy to get lost. The truth is, flirting isn't a line you deliver, it's a mood you build. Being creepy isn't about being interested. It's about ignoring the signals that say, "Hey, I'm not feeling this." Tip 2. It's only flirting if it's mutual. Here's the simplest way to think about it. Flirting is mutual. Creepy is one-sided. If she's leaning in, laughing, making eye contact, and asking questions, that's mutual energy. If she's giving short answers, not smiling, or checking her phone, that's not interest. That's escape mode. Flirting is ping pong. Being creepy is table tennis with no opponent. And yes, sometimes it's hard to read, but most of the time, the vibe check is obvious if you're not tunnel visioned on your own desire. Tip 3. Body language is the real feedback form. One time, I was at a house party, trying to chat up a girl by the drinks table. I said something like, "You have this very grounded energy, like earthy in a good way." She tilted her head, smiled, and asked what I meant. 5 minutes later, we were talking about astrology and childhood dreams. Another time, I told a girl at a bookstore that her tattoo looked cool. She gave a quick smile, turned back to her book, and pulled her earbuds back in. That was the clearest red light I've ever seen. Your job isn't to force the moment. It's to notice when the moment invites you in or asks you to step back. Tip 4. Say the right thing the right way. I once complimented a girl's laugh. I said, "You have the kind of laugh that makes other people start laughing. It's kind of unfair." She smiled and said, "That's the best compliment I've gotten all week." Another time, I told someone, "Your eyes are so intense, it's like they're looking into my browser history." She did not laugh. She just said, "That's concerning." The point is, if your compliment needs a backup explanation or apology, it's probably too much. Keep it light, keep it respectful, keep it human. And remember, context matters. A compliment at a party or over dinner lands differently than one in a dark alley at midnight. Read the room, bro. Tip 5. Delivery greater than words. You don't need a poetic pickup line. You need to not look like you rehearsed it in the mirror 40 times. A bad line with charm is better than a perfect line said like you're diffusing a bomb. Confidence isn't about loudness, it's about ease. Don't overdo it. Be chill. You're not auditioning for The Bachelor. Tip 6. Respect the red light. One of the biggest myths out there is that you're creepy just for trying. Trying is brave. Respectfully trying is attractive. Creepy is when you don't back off after the answer's clear. If she says she has a boyfriend, doesn't ask anything back, or clearly closes the conversation, that's it. You thank her, maybe even smile, and move on. Graceful exits are underrated. Practice them. Tip 7. Banter beats bragging. Flirting isn't flexing. You don't need to talk about your job title, gym stats, or crypto gains. Just have a little fun. Playful teasing, friendly dares, shared jokes. That's what builds chemistry. I once bonded with someone over the fact that we both still eat cereal for dinner sometimes. That moment beat any compliment I could have given. Tip 8. Ask better, weirder questions. Don't be afraid to go off script. Instead of, where are you from, ask, what city would you live in if rent didn't exist? Instead of, what do you do? Try, what's something you do that makes you lose track of time? Weird questions equals real personality. And real personality is magnetic. Tip 9. Build a life you like. The better your actual life is, the less pressure you put on flirting. If you've got hobbies, friends, purpose, you're not desperate for attention. You're curious about connection. That energy shift is real, and people pick up on it. Tip 10. Don't perform, be present. This is the cheat code. Flirting is not a performance. It's not a speech. It's not a 5-minute TED Talk about why you're dateable. It's just being curious and real in the moment. Listen, laugh, notice. And when the moment works, it's because you weren't trying to prove you were interesting. You were actually being interested. Final bro thoughts. You don't need to be Casanova. You don't need a masterclass. You just need to be present, curious, and a little brave. Listen more than you talk. Back off when you need to. And remember, the best flirting isn't about impressing someone. It's about creating a moment you both enjoy. I'm the Modern Bro. If this gave you a little clarity, hit that subscribe button. New life hacks, awkward wins, and bro wisdom every week. And if you've got a legendary flirt fail, drop it in the comments. We're here for it. See you next time.